Now, I know a lot of people are probably not going to like this episode because of the pacing, but I enjoyed this episode. It was a really good episode that managed to do a lot of build-up with all the characters that were introduced this episode, getting to find out some of their combat strategies, and see how all the characters have actually developed so far in this actual Battle Block B. So let's talk about Barto. So far, what we can see from his character, he looks like a delinquent. He looks like just a major jerk. That's exactly what we see from his character. But if you look deeper into his character in this episode, we get to see truly what kind of type of person he is. For one thing, we know he's a new rookie that just became famous recently. Now, another thing we find out about him is he throws a ball into the audience. Now, when he throws his ball into the audience, the first thing that the audience does is scramble around and say, "It's a bomb!" They start pushing each other out of the way and thinking that he's about to kill them. And I say, "I'll offer you money, get it, let me through," and all that. And we get to see the true evil of the audience. That's what we get to see this episode. And when Barto actually pans back to him, he says, "Oh, this is gross, disgusting." And so pretty much Barto, he was just playing with the audience, seeing how their true colors were, and it was shown to everybody. So I felt like that was a really good scene to actually show what kind of character Barto is. He's just, you know, a really nice character, but probably misunderstood. So I like that so far, the way they introduced that entire aspect, because that was really entertaining. Now we get to see Dogma. We find out that he's working for the king, and the king is like powering up a punch to actually use this massive king's punch that blows away anything, and is comparable to the power of the 4 emperors. Damn! That is freaking insane. I mean, anything that could probably take down the 4 emperors is crazy. I would take a guess at this, though. Has this person ever really hit the 4 emperors with the king's punch? Think about this real quick. I mean, who is willing to go run at, let's say, Blackbeard or Big Mom or Kaido without, you know, with this punch? I mean, and what kind of 4 emperors is going to allow you to charge it like this for a freaking hour? So, really, I kind of disapprove of the logic behind that entire power level, how they say it's so strong. But besides that, it's really interesting. I look forward to getting to see what kind of extent of sheer power it is. We get to find out a little bit more about Bellamy this episode, exactly what's been going on since the last time we've seen him in the Sky Island arc. For one thing, we find out he wants to get back in Doffy's favor, where he pretty much can join his crew again, and he offers Doffy like a pillar of gold from the Sky Island. So I thought this was really good. We get to see exactly what kind of person Bellamy has became. We already know by now that Bellamy has lost his entire crew. His crew is dead now. So, right there, that's upsetting. We still don't know the specifics of how he lost his entire crew. I mean, we could probably take a guess at that Doffy most likely killed his entire crew. Since we saw what happened, we all thought Bellamy was dead. But now that we know Bellamy is alive, exactly what caused Doffy not to kill him? What did Doffy see in Bellamy to not want to kill him? Did Bellamy make an actual deal? Did Bellamy say, "I'll offer you my crew, you can kill my crew, but just spare me"? We don't know. We don't exactly know what kind of character Bellamy really is at this point. But I feel like he's probably developed into a better character. I mean, we get to see how he said in a couple episodes ago that he doesn't hold a grudge against Luffy anymore. He does not hold that grudge what Luffy did to him. So either Bellamy's matured as a character or something else is going on behind the scenes. Whatever it is, there's a lot of mystery right there. I feel like this episode, even though it was mainly a slow-paced episode, it did a lot of build-up that was needed, especially with how this episode flowed. Now, if I remember in the manga, this entire episode was the same length of how the chapter was. So it pretty much, with that cliffhanger with Shinjao finally actually knowing who Luffy is, he says, "Oh, yay, how you doing, Monkey D. Luffy?" I laughed my ass. I was like, oh my god, I wanted to see this freaking episode animated for so long, just because of the way it was just done. The cliffhanger was epic. I loved the way the cliffhanger was. Again, to see how Shinjao was like, "Oh, I told myself that I'll hold a grudge against Garp's children and grandchildren." And I was like, oh god, Luffy, you're screwed. Luffy's face of, "Oh crap," was just funny. That was a really funny scene. Now, I want to talk about the animation. The animation this episode, I want to say it was not that good. The animation was really bad, and I did not like the way they betrayed Bellamy's spring power once again in this episode. It was just a very poorly animated scene that I did not enjoy. I'm not going to say it took the quality of this episode out, but they could have shown it a lot better. I remember a panel in the manga that looked badass the way Bellamy attacked the Mace guys. That's my major complaint about this episode, really, because I did not like just the way the animation was done. The music was good. I really actually didn't pay attention much to the music this episode, just because I was so into finding out more character development and getting to see how the introductions were handled. So far, I think this episode did a good job of that. So, really, there's not much more I could talk about this episode of One Piece. Tell me your thoughts on it, everybody. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moment? What did you think about the pacing this episode? And do you feel like, you know, the animation staff is actually doing a great job with animating this arc of Dressrosa? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Y'all wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.